So I'll start by going through the programme and you can ask any questions at the end. It is slightly different to the programmes that we've been running for the last few years due to the fact that we've tended to run grant schemes, quite straightforward ones, but now we think partly because it's a good idea and because of the funding sources paying for the programme, we're keen for it to be more than just a grant scheme. So what we'll have this time is a programme of support for businesses, and as part of that there will be an opportunity to apply for a grant, but that isn't the emphasis. The emphasis is on the support that the business gets. So within the programme there are 3 streams. I'll just go through the 3, so there will be one stream looking at new and established businesses, another with the decarbonisation programme and with the adoption of new technology. How do the programmes work? Well, you submit an online expression of interest form, which is quite simple. For one of the streams, you'll have to decide which one they want to apply for, so I wouldn't suggest that they apply for every one of those. Then we'll be scoring those and inviting successful businesses to be part of the programme. They will then receive a period of tailored support from a specialist advisor. At the end of the support period, businesses have the opportunity to submit a grant application. There is no revenue funding, it is capital funding based on the recommendations of the specialist advisor. Not on their own, they will have collaborated closely with the business in terms of the recommendations to move the business forward, and then we'll be assessing and awarding grants to the successful businesses. So if I start with the business development stream, there are 2 elements. The first are those that are new businesses. We give priority. That's not to say that you cannot apply if you don't belong to one of these groups, but we'll be prioritizing individuals aged 18 to 30, women, people from ethnic minority communities, and disabled people. Through this work, they will have access to mentoring, specialist advice, and support to develop business plans. And that advice will be provided by the Menter. And as I explained previously, at the end of the support period, participants will have the opportunity to apply for grants for support up to £5,000 with an intervention rate of 80%, because they are new businesses, of course. There is another element to the stream, established businesses but who want more generalized support to develop their business. Again, the advice is provided by Menter, but they'll be looking at marketing, financial planning and investments for growth, quite bespoke, in fact, whatever the business needs to move forward. The difference at the end of the support period, participants will have the opportunity to apply for grants of up to £12,000 with an intervention rate slightly lower at 70%. And then the rest follow the same pattern. We have the decarbonisation stream. Again, these successful businesses will receive specialist advice now from Business Wales, including a review of the business's energy use and carbon performance, help to develop a decarbonisation action plan, assistance with implementing energy-saving measures, etc. At the end of the support period, participants will have the opportunity to apply for grants of up to £12,000. And again, finally, new technology adoption. This time, successful businesses will receive specialist advice and support from an expert, looking at reviewing the business's existing processes and systems, opportunities to adopt new technologies, the reintroduction of new systems, equipment or software on the technology side, And again, exactly the same thing, up to £12,000 in grants available through applying with an intervention rate of 70%. So who is eligible? We are looking for small and medium-sized enterprises, including those headquarters. They must, in fact, be headquartered in Gwynedd. Established businesses must be trading for 30 hours per week at least. And again, priority will be given to applications from businesses operating with one of the 8 priority sectors identified by the North Wales Regional Skills Partnerships, namely advanced manufacturing, construction, creative and digital, energy, environment, financial, professional services, food, health and social care, tourism and hospitality. Looking at it from the perspective of the age of the business, if you aren't entirely unregistered and not trading at all, then the element needed is a new business development. If the business is less than 12 months old, younger than 12 months old, they should go for the business development side. If it is older than 12 months, then any of the other categories, decarbonisation and new technology adoption. We anticipate that we'll have the capacity to support around 20 businesses in each funding stream. There is a window which is quite rational to provide and to submit an application, so I would suggest that people take their time and submit a strong and comprehensive application to have a greater chance of being given the chance to be awarded the grant. So the first step is to fill in the form, the expression of interest form. It includes all the initial details of the company, etc. But we are aware that businesses will be working with consultants and their plans might change as a result of that. So we think it is also important for us to get to understand more about the person themselves. So there is an element to the form that involves that side of things. For example, we want to hear about the person's motivation, preparedness to accomplish projects, a bit like being interviewed for a job. We'll be asking about skills, experience, etc. And we're asking people to fill in the expression of interest form from the perspective of somebody with authority in the company. We don't want somebody to fill it in from their own point of view when they are unable to take decisions as to the work emanating from the project. In terms of the scoring process, a guideline will be issued with the grants pack and it will set out what we're looking for. We'll be looking as to whether the person is suited to the program, whether they have ideas about technology or decarbonisation. We'll be assessing the potential of that and also the readiness and capability of the applicant. We are looking for people who will get most out of this. We'll also, as we do every time with any such plan, be considering geographical distribution, making sure that any benefit is spread across the county. You'll also be looking at the history of grant support. Again, anyone can submit an application, but we are always keen to help people who have never had grants previously or even support before. In terms of the timetable, therefore, the application pack will be live on the Cyngor Gwynedd website tomorrow. Expression of interest form will be open from Friday onwards. No great rush. they have until the end of September to submit that form. So I would encourage people to take their time. In the meantime, there will be support sessions, which I'll mention in due course, so that people can turn in and discuss with us as to whether they are suited for the program, whether the program is suited to them. It will help them to move the expression of interest form forwards. We then hope to notify of the results by the 7th of October. The dates may change, and encourage any businesses that may derive benefit from them to drop in and join us to discuss their idea and move their application forward. There will be an opportunity to book any information, including the link to book a slot, will be published first of all in the Cyngor Gwynedd Business Bulletin, just like any other support that we provide. The code on the left there, but we can send you out a link also as to where to find the forms. The code on the right-hand side shows you all the ways people can contact us for help and support, to have a discussion. And I think that's everyone. Any questions, please send them on to us, contact us, and we'll see you in one of the drop-in sessions, therefore. Thank you.